So why do you do 1 copper ore for Blood Berserker? Because if you guys didn't know, the way to get the highest ore count doesn't come from the Blood Berserker talent or the Barbarian talent tree or the Squire talent tree or the Divine Knight talent tree. All it comes is actually from the Warrior talent tree. So since it all comes from the Warrior talent tree, that means that Blood Berserkers or Deathbringers can get the same amount as DKs. So if you take a look here, all of these bonuses are from the Warrior tab. So that means you get essentially all fish because that's a Barbarian talent tree. And then you have 1 copper ore strictly for one thing and one thing only. And that's prints. That is 3D prints. So when you don't need fish at that point in time, your barbarians can farm atoms. And that is why. So it's literally the only print is meant for there is to strictly farm atoms. So you're not losing your atom, essentially losing atoms per day, right? Because you don't always need to print fish. Fish gets to a point where it becomes to a level of redundancy, okay? You only really need it if you're pushing something, but if you don't really need it and you're not really pushing anything, the only thing you really need is goldfish, okay? Goldfish and bloaches, and then maybe some other stuff later in the game. But other than that, it gets to a point where you're probably just better crafting copper ore. It gets to a point where you don't need fish as much. So it's always good just to get in the habit of having at least 1 copper ore so you can do that swap if needed. And also, that just means 1 more person that could be on printing copper ore so you can click your bubbles. Yeah, fish become irrelevant pretty quickly, but they're always nice to have. But you don't want to have, since, for instance, he has, I believe, 4 warriors. You don't want to have everybody just pushing straight all ore, right? You want to have that fish because it's nice to have as a option. Having options are very important in this game. So if you limit yourself and not give you enough options, then you have to make decisions. And then that's when decision paralysis becomes a thing. And that's when you start panicking and struggling and then burning out. And then you quit the game. We all know this. It's happened to at least one of us.